first time Carly Simon has laid down her vocals on a song in some 20 years. So she's on there. Jeff Skunk Baxter from the Doobie Brothers and Steely Dan on slide guitar. Of course, Charlie, Danny Beisel, and a lot more. And Joy's going to tell you about how to get that song and where the portion of the proceeds go to.
If you go to our website, www.ratedrforrecovery.com, there's a little link to the song, and you click on it, and it'll take you there, and you can download the song for 99 cents. Most of that money goes to Justice for Vets, and Justice for Vets is a wonderful program that helps our I forgot the word, our service people coming back from deployment if they have drug and alcohol issues, and we're just blessed, and we feel so fortunate to be just a small part of that.
Great, and once again, that's www.ratedrforrecovery.com. Please welcome Teresa Morosco. Is that how you say it?
Yes.
To the show?
Hi, Teresa.
And Teresa is affiliated with Partners for Breast Cancer Care and Living Beyond Breast Cancer. Would you tell us what those two organizations are?
Sure. First of all, Living Beyond Breast Cancer is, Living Beyond Breast Cancer is a national organization that is responsible for, they want to get information out to anybody who's diagnosed, no matter what the stage is, with breast cancer. They want to get trusted information out to you. They have websites. They have a very extensive website. They have, you can go online, there's a helpline that you can talk on the phone, in person. They have extensive print material. I'm affiliated with them. I've just become a community connector, so I'm going to be doing a lot down here with Living Beyond Breast Cancer. I'm familiar with Partners in Breast Cancer Care, although I'm not affiliated with them. They're a local agency that does a lot of community work, getting people who may not be able to afford mammograms, etc., the help they need on a local level.
That's the question I wanted to ask. So many times I've been asked by women, I need a mammogram and I don't have the money, what do I do?
Right, if people need help being diagnosed, they think they feel alone, whatever the case may be, Partners for Breast Cancer Care is a great local organization.
But nationally, then it's
Living Beyond Breast Cancer.
Would they help you in your area if you found the national place?
Yes, they are. Once again, they have a helpline. You can call them. They're fully staffed. They have such extensive resources for every step of breast cancer journey, from being newly diagnosed to having metastatic breast cancer to being a 10-year survivor. You're still going to get information from them.
And not only is there recovery from drugs and alcohol, but there's recovery from a whole bunch of different things. Gambling, sex addiction, shopping, food addiction, and of course, when you're sick with any type of disease such as cancer, i.e. breast cancer.
Any type of cancer.
Absolutely. And how did you get involved with this, Teresa?
I found Living Beyond Breast Cancer on a website, once I got diagnosed a few years back, and I don't like to research a lot because you find scary things and you find misinformation.
Yeah.
And so I kind of stay away from that. And I just found them, and that they are called Living Beyond Breast Cancer. Even though I'm metastatic breast cancer, I want to live beyond. And the word beyond is just, so they are my trusted source. I don't go to a lot of other websites because everything I need is there, or links to them that I need, and I know it's trusted.
And the thing about recovery is everybody understands beyond, recovery. I want to keep going. I want to live my life. I don't just want to quit, put down the drugs, the alcohol, gambling, sex, whatever, and then just be standing there with nothing and gritting my teeth, trying to white knuckle it through the rest of my life. And anyone who has a disease, whether it be cancer, whether it be addiction, it's also a family disease.
Mm-hmm. Yes, definitely.
And it goes for a long time. We were talking about how today cancer is not a death sentence necessarily. It's a long-term illness, and so you need to learn how to live long.
And it's not always a long-term illness. You are a survivor, Joy, and you are cancer-free.
I am right now, as far as I know, but I've had it twice, and so who knows? There's that fear, and these are the people that I would reach out to, that they would say, well, I heard tonight that there's a blood test that I could take. It's called a liquid biopsy, and I had never heard of that before, where they test your blood for certain elements, and they can tell you if there's anything running around in there.
And just like we go to any lengths to stay clean and sober, and we have a maintenance program for that, it's the same thing. You have a maintenance program to keep up.
I do, and I don't like it, but I do the best I can.
Right, and I can't relate to it or identify with it. Now, you have different events to support your organizations.
Absolutely.
And one of them is coming up in October on the 28th.
October 28th at the BFW in Cape Coral. If you don't know where it's at, it's right next to
The Dixie Roadhouse.
Roadhouse. I was going blank for a second.
Now, you alcoholics don't hear about that, right?
Sorry.
Actually, the address is 4709 Southeast 11th Place in Cape Coral. Now, is this because it's so close to Halloween, is it Halloween related?
It really is not. It's more Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Okay.
And once again, half the proceeds will be going for Partners for Breast Cancer Care, and the other half will be going towards living beyond breast cancer. And it's open to the public. We'll have food. We've had many donations, generous donations throughout the community that will be raffling off.
Nice. Okay.
Golf, rounds of golf, to hotel rooms in the area, to just gift certificates out to eat.
So an option of sorts.
And Joy,
Yes.
they have an amazing DJ there that night.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, they
Yes.
really is an I know.
Yeah. Okay. So, how do you do these events throughout the year, or do you just focus on the month of October as being Breast Cancer Awareness Month?
This is actually our second annual, and we just started it last year, being two friends, both working with breast cancer. And this is our second annual because people were like, okay, you're doing it again this year. So now that I'm affiliated with Living Beyond Breast Cancer, I do have some, we'll be hearing more about educational events, things that are happening at, let's say, educational fairs or health fairs. There's going to be 360 viewing parties, which will have, it'll be hooked up live on the web to experts at Living Beyond Breast Cancer. So we've got all these really cool things that I just learned about last week, and I'm excited to start trying.
So you've gone from two people putting on a little show, to, and it almost takes a year to put on one event, doesn't it? At first.
At first, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you partner with other different cancer awareness organizations throughout the year?
I've participated in like the Susan G. Komen Walk, couple different times. Other than that, to tell you the truth, for the last 2 years, up until this year, I've been pretty busy just trying to maintain my health, and I'm very fortunate that, and I was also working a lot.
You look very healthy, so yeah.
It's that maintenance.
We talk about alcohol and drug addiction as a real a mental thing, that the problem centers in our minds. And how do you deal with the mental aspect? For both of you, I'll ask both of you these questions. How do you deal with the mental aspect of this when the worry or things of that nature?
I try not to dwell on it. I just bought a necklace, and it's kind of my mantra of lately, which is keep moving forward. And that's what I'm doing. A year ago, I was a very sick person. I couldn't walk. It was not fun. But you just have to have a positive attitude, because you don't know how long you're on earth, and you don't want to have bad days. So you just have good days.
Yeah, I don't know how many days I'm going to have, so.
Yes.
And the treatment you were given, the treatment you were given got you from that point where you were bedridden to you're up and bopping around.
Actually, a year ago when I was sick, it was due to adverse effects of some chemotherapy I was taking.
Okay.
So, I've been, you live scan to scan. Every few months you get scanned, you see if your disease has progressed, and you just hope it maintains
Amen.
to say it.
You hold your breath and your stomach sinks, and you go to that place and you wait and wait,
Yes,
and you go in and you
exactly.
have the test, and then you wait for however long it takes them to tell you whether whether it's worse, better, staying the same.
Yes.
Joy, let me ask you this, since what we do is a spiritual program of recovery, how do you apply that to this?
One day at a time. We use in recovery a phrase called trudging, the road of happy destiny, that it's the road, not the destiny, and that trudging means to walk with a purpose. Breathe in, breathe out, put one foot in front of the other, one day at a time. It's the same thing. Put my mind and my hand in God's hand as I understand Him. Walk forward and try to talk to somebody else who's going through the same thing.
And just like we do in the program of recovery. Teresa, what's your take on the spiritual aspect of what you do?
Praying is awesome. I'm praying constantly. I would go into radiation, and that was a wonderful place that I could just put my mind with God and concentrate just on what I was doing in my recovery. I have so many people who pray for me, who I pray for them, and the power of prayer is just so strong.
And there's that visualization and meditation too that goes along with having a healthy body and seeing your body as there's so many things as warriors fighting a thing, or being healthy and light and filled with love and light, love and light. All sorts of things that we also do in recovery with meditation, visualization, positive attitude.
Right. Okay. All right, Teresa, so once again, there'll be a fundraiser from 4 to 8. That is Friday, October 28th at the VFW Post, 4709 Southeast 11th Place, Cape Coral. And Melody is our social media expert and gal of all trades there. And she's going to get this up on our website to help you with this. And of course, people will be hearing about it when they listen to the show. Please give Teresa a great round of applause. Teresa, is there anything you want to say that we haven't covered?
Thank you for giving us time to, talk about LBBC and talk about Partners in Breast Cancer Care.
And the thing about Partners in Breast Cancer Care, can you speak very briefly to the families? Are there things for families?
In LBBC, there's always information for family, for caregivers.
And have you found that it's almost as difficult for the families of people who are ill having to watch it?
I am beyond fortunate to have such a strong support group that I don't know what I would do without them, and they know who they are. And I mean, it's like, and I'm sure it's the same with, any kind of recovery.
I was going to say, absolutely.
You have to have a strong support group, or you're nowhere, and that's,
Okay, well, we're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we've got Scott McDonald and Jake who are going to entertain us. We're going to also talk to them a little bit about recovery as well. You're listening to Rated R for Recovery and RatedRforRecovery.com.